check it out. Yeah.
John, I did want to ask you a question since you're the star of the show now today. Let's go with that flow. I wanted to ask you this question. And John, Daniel, I interviewed John just before, so you know. I
Ah,
also, Daniel, want to interview you again because there's something with that content. Maybe it was very edgy. Anyway, so I wanted to ask you, John, what are the main themes of the network polity? Just to kind of run us through it. You know, what's the structure of it? Why did you structure it that way? What is the land share or right? That's called land share.
So the main themes are well, it's actually combining preparedness with mobility, because if you think about what some preppers do is they boil these grains and beans in their house. But like, if you imagine you're a prepper in Ukraine, like just imagine in Russia hasn't invaded yet, and you're a prepper in Ukraine, and you got all these grains and beans in your house. What you should actually do is just, if you want to survive, what you should actually do is just get out of Ukraine fast. But the problem with getting out of a place fast is you may go to somewhere else that's safer, but quite often you end up at the bottom of the pile. Like if you think of like a refugee that's in a war-torn country, they run away, but when they get to some country which isn't experiencing war, they're at the bottom of the pile. They're stuck in a refugee camp. They don't have a job. Maybe they're living in a tent on the street. So they're kind of at the absolute bottom of the social hierarchy. They have no possessions at all because they've left all their possessions behind because they've just run away from that. So what I'm trying to do with the network polity, among other things, is to combine the two, enabling you to have access to the resources you need to survive in multiple locations simultaneously, so you can run fast, and at the same time, when you run, you get to somewhere where you have resources, food, access to food, shelter, access to community. And then the second that's I guess the main structure is producing, having rights to the production of the things you need in life. But then I also add communication and transportation as very important, especially if you're going to live in several different places in the world at the same time. You need transportation, and you also need communication to kind of have that. And then the other aspect of transportation is a network polity non-territorial passport. Now, there's all sorts of scam passports out there. I define a non-territorial passport as a document which at least one country, where the immigration authority of one country will let you through the port if you show it to them. So a passport in a sovereign entity gives you the right to enter into the country that you have the passport for. A non-territorial passport doesn't actually give you the right to enter into any country, but it may give you the privilege of doing so as a result of negotiating with a territorial country. So for a non-territorial passport to be meaningful, there has to be at least one country where you can go come to the airport or the port, show the document to that person, and the person will nod you through. It might not even be for the whole year. It might just be for a few months. But if there's some immigration authority that will nod you through, then it is not a scam.
I might add something here. I mean, I'm always using the stupid example of the sovereign knights, and actually, per definition, they are non-territorial. I mean, they have territory, but it's 200 meters by 300 meters and a few buildings. Still, they are recognized by 50% of the countries. So with your passport, it's a valid document. You are even a diplomat with that passport. But if you see how